bloodline royalty, we don't care what the people say.
Hi guys, it's Rondel Holder, CEO and creator of Soul Society 101. I'm so excited to announce that I've partnered with The Points Guide to embark on this amazing journey to trace my roots, unlock my history, and learn where my family's from, where my history lies. I have no idea where this journey is going to lead me. I do know some details. I was born in Brooklyn, New York, BK all day. My mother's side of the family is from the beautiful island of Grenada. My father's side is from the gem of Jamaica. There are traces of other islands in my lineage, but I have no idea where on the continent of Africa or beyond my history lies. So I'm gonna take this Ancestry DNA kit, get started on my journey, and I want you to join me. So let's do it. So that's it, y'all. My DNA is in the bag. I'm putting this in the mail today. In a few weeks, I'll have my results and can't wait to see where I'm headed. I got my results back and I'm 29% from Togo and Benin. I don't know much about either country, but looks like we're going to West Africa. Hey, Lome, Togo marked my first time setting foot in West Africa. I had been to the southern region of Africa before, but I could tell very quickly that West Africa would bring a totally different vibe. My first stop was MARCELO Beach, a local hotspot for kicking back, fun in the sun, and gorgeous views. After devouring my first meal at the beach, I headed over to meet up with Coco, a designer, creative developer, and musician from Togo who started this dope custom-made jersey line with African wax prints called Made in Lome. I found Coco's brand on Instagram and knew immediately that I want some pieces made and to meet this young creative in person.
I was kind of like looking for an idea to start a business. So I came up with this concept of wax prints jerseys. It has been around all my life. Like we grew up wearing wax prints. Now I think I'm wearing it in a different manner. And the cool thing about these jerseys is that you can actually personalize them. You can choose to represent wherever you're from. Like
Brooklyn?
Right.
Okay.
Right on. There you go.
And you're from Lome, Togo originally?
I was born in Lome.
Okay.
Born and raised in Lome.
Nice,
yeah.
nice. So Made in Lome is a real thing. It hits a little harder at the heart, right?
Like, for me, Made in Lome is like a statement. People actually think you have to be abroad to be like someone successful.
Yeah.
And I disagree with that idea. That's one of my objectives, like not only make money for myself, but kind of like get other people involved in this.
Yeah.
So we can actually make a difference.
I love jerseys, but I love African culture at the same time. I've never seen the two come together, man.
Right.
It was a beautiful thing. It's like a merger of both of my worlds, you know, because I travel a lot. And I'm obsessed with the continent and learning more about Africa. So when I took the Ancestry DNA test and they showed a majority of my makeup was Togo and Benin.
Okay.
So I'm looking around, this is family, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I love it, like seeing like American people coming back here in Africa and trying to figure things out. Like, yeah, that's great.
Coco has lived in Canada, France, and Kenya, but it's clear that Togo's home. I am obsessed with my jerseys and loved meeting my new Togolese friend. Though Togo is laid back, there's a huge sense of pride amongst its people and their hard-working hustlers. To give me a better sense of what it means to be Togolese, I explored the cities of Lome and Aneho, taking in the rich culture and history. Later that day, I connected with Christelle, another writer and creative from Bordeaux, France, who moved to Lome, Togo for love and to reconnect with her Togolese roots. She was so gracious to share some of her perspective with me. Do you wish there were more Americans visiting Togo, or black Americans visiting Togo?
Yes, it's very important. I've seen a lot of people who hate Africa and who love Africa too, in the same heart. A lot of black people who very lost.
Yeah.
Who I am, where I came from.
Yeah, it's like when I was trying to do research on Togo, there's not a lot of information out there. But you have a blog where you're putting information out there so that people can get to know more about Togo.
Oh, yes.
So it's important for people like you to put more information out there, take more photos, take more videos, so that people can see how beautiful it is, people can see how nice the people are.
Yes.
See, we just met and you're very nice.
Thank you.
Next, we made our way to Maison des Esclaves, the house of slaves. Slaves would be forced to crawl underground in this hole for weeks at a time in some insane conditions. Dark, hot, humid. Maybe the worst part is you couldn't even stand up straight. You'd be on all fours waiting for the colonizers to provide food through this patch in the ground. I was having an out-of-body experience being here, walking around, taking an inventory, thinking of my ancestors. I was humble to be in this place. My last night in Togo, I met with some new friends who shared their personal heritage journeys with me.
I'm Kenyan, but I live in Senegal, and I'm very passionate about traveling. We connected because he wanted to hear about my experiences traveling, especially because he'd read an article I wrote about the difficulties of traveling in Africa with an African passport.
Yeah.
And I came this time to meet up with Cedric and to see his country through his eyes, and then also to travel to other parts of West Africa.
That's what we do in Togo. When you said it right, they go,
Cedric
you're
has
like
been
that?
a plug, you know what I mean? Cedric, you connected me with all the right places to go, the right things to do.
Thanks.
What does Togo mean to you?
It's home, and it's a place that I'm proud of. When people welcome you in their home, they give you the best they have. Even if they don't have a lot, you might walk in the home and know that, okay, I'm definitely not like in a home like where rich people live, but they will show you that they're really offering you their best.
For me, it is truly a blessing being able to be here in an African country, because I can, like for example, when I go back home in Haiti and I meet my cousins, I can feel that there's a huge identical problematic that is always there. Like we know we're Haitian, but we don't really know where we're from.
I love travel for moments like this. Even though we're all from different regions of the world, we all share the same desire to reconnect with our roots. Oh, please, please.